Alright guys, hello. I am going to be talking about all the wings in the console edition. And yeah, I'm going to be telling you guys how to get them and obtain them. Right, so the sparkly wings. The worst wings in the game, they absolutely suck. They suck a bunch. They only go about this high. And that's not even like near as bad as the angel wings. Sorry, that's my brother. I don't know what he wants. He must have hit his head. Alright, so the angel wings. Oh yeah, to get the sparkling wings, you can either craft them by 10 feathers, 15 soul of light, and 10 souls of blight. To get the soul of blight, you need Okram. Well, actually, you need to fight the Okram and defeat him, and you get the soul of blight. And for the soul of light, then you need to defeat wyverns or wyverns. Sorry about that blur. I was trying to see if you guys could get it. See if I could get it better. Hold on. Alright, there. Well, okay, so that's how you craft the sparkly wings, 10 feather, 15 soul of light. No, soul of flight and 10 soul of light. You can also obtain the wings by the Dread, but I don't know when she sells them. Right. For the angel wings, you need 10 feathers, 20 soul of flight, and 25 soul of light. And I think I already said you need 20 soul of flight and then 10 feathers. And they fly higher than the sparkly wings by like I think 2 or 1 inch. And to obtain them, I already told you, to get the soul of flight, you need to go down to the underground hallowed. For the demon wings, they fly just the same height. I hate them though because they look horrible. But they're still wings and they're pretty easy to craft. 10 feather, 20 soul of flight, and 25 soul of night. For the 20 soul of night, you need to go to underground crimson or corruption, whichever one you have, and they fly just the same height. Right there. Alright, so now, moving on to one of the lonely tires, it is the jetpack. The jetpack can be obtained by buying them from the steampunker for 40 gold during a solar eclipse, I think. I don't know. And to get the steampunker, you need to defeat one of the hard mode bosses. Alright. For the butterfly wings, you need 20 soul flight and 1 butterfly dust. For the butterfly dust, you need a moth. You need to go underground jungle and find the moth, which are a rare mob, and they have a 1.5% drop for butterfly dust. You need 1 of those and 20 soul flight. And they fly higher than the jetpack. They go along with the fairy wings and bee wings. So let's see. Moving on to the fairy wings. These ones are easier to get. You need 100 pixie dust, which you go to the hallowed biome and you can find pixies. And you need, I think, 20 soul flight. Yep. 20 soul flight, and they fly just as high as the butterfly wings. Alright? So now, moving on to the bee wings. Alright, so the bee wings. To craft these, you'll need 1 tetra bee wing, which you need to kill hornets. And I think it's just the same rarity as the butterfly dust. Then you need, let me find them. you need 20 soul flight. Yep. And they fly just as high as the butterfly and fairy wings. Alright. Now, moving on to the harpy wings. Alright. For the harpy wings, you're going to need 20 soul flight. And while you're up in the air trying to kill wyverns or wyverns, or whatever they're called, you need to kill harpies to get a giant harpy feather, which I think is more, it's not a 100% drop from a harpy, but it's a drop from the harpy. I think it's like 10.5% chance. I'm not sure. You'd have to look at the Terraria wiki. That's where I looked up the update for the console, and I made a video about that if you want to go check it out. And these fly higher than the bee, fairy, and butterfly wings. Alright, moving on to the bone wings. The bone wings can be crafted with 1 bone feather and 20 soul flight, I think. Let's check. Yep, 20 soul flight and 1 bone feather. And for the bone feather, you gotta go to the hard mode dungeon, which you need to defeat Plant Terra first, which you can go to the underground jungle and find a pink light plant. And you need to mine it with your pickaxe. And that will summon her. The easiest way to defeat her is with the Spectre armor, magic cuffs, and that's basically all you need. Or you can have the mana flower with some greater mana potions, and then you can use the razor pine, which you get from the frost moon, which I think I made a video about. And the bone wings, they fly this high, and to get the bone feather you need to go to the hard mode dungeon, and then it's a rare drop from some, like, they're bone guys, though, I know that. It's from bone things, I can't remember their names, though. Right, so moving on. The bat wings. They're kind of good wings. They don't look that good, but if you want them, they're a bit hard to get because you gotta wait for a solar eclipse to happen. And to craft these, you need to wait for that solar eclipse, and then you gotta get a broken bat wing, which is a rare drop from vampires, and need 20 soul flight, and they fly this high along with the bone wings, I believe. So, and that's how you get the bat wings. And so now, moving on to the beetle wings, which was just added like 1 week ago, I think. And this can be crafted by 8 beetle husks, which you get from the golem, and 20 soul flight. And to get the beetle husk, you need to defeat the golem, which you need to find one of these. And while you're in here, it's going to be fun and crappy because there's a bunch of traps and stuff. It is hard to survive in there if you're a good player, it won't be hard. And then while you're in there, you need to go to like this boss arena place, and you'll find like this lizard thingy, and along the way in the chest there will be like lizard stuff, and you need to go to that lizard like thingy and press B on it, and you'll spawn in the golem, and you have to defeat it to get the beetle wings. And these fly just as high as the flame wings, so they fly that high. And I have the beetle armor. Alright, so now we go into here, and we get the flame wings. Alright, so the flame wings, they're one of my favorite. They look cool. So they fly just as high as the beetle wings. So they fly that high. They can be crafted with 20 soul flight, and 1 flame feather, which is a really rare drop, a really rare drop from devils. Devils, which are basically like demons, they're a rare enemy, so it's really rare to get the flame feather. And I luckily got these from one of my friends. They gave me them. We like traded something. I don't remember. It was like it was back in 2014 or 2013. Moving on to the frozen wings. For the frozen wings, you'll need 20 soul flight and an ice feather. And this ice feather is a drop from golems. Whenever it's like raining, you need to go to the snowy area and hope to find an ice golem. And once you defeat it, it could drop armor or the ice feather. And they fly just as high as the flame wings. So right there, and now moving on to the leaf wings, I believe. No, ghost wings, alright. So these are kind of easy to get and kind of not, I guess. So you need to have the hard mode dungeon, and you need to get 10 ectoplasma, which you can kill enemies and there will be dungeon spirits. You need 10 ectoplasma and 20 soul flight. They fly just as high as the flame wings, I believe. Yep. Moving on to the leaf wings, which these ones are easy to get. You'll need to save up 1 platinum while you're like in easy mode and having to feed the wall of flesh, but once you have, you need to defeat the queen bee and you need to get the witch doctor to move in. He sells the leaf wings for 1 platinum, and he has to live in the jungle. And these fly, I think, just as high as the flame wings. Yep. So these were the very first wings I ever got in hard mode, because I saved up my platinum. Now moving on to the lonely tire, which is the hoverboard. For the hoverboard, you're going to need truffle, and I used to have truffle back on my old world, but my old world got like corrupted, I guess you could say, and to get the hoverboard, you're going to need shroomite, which you can get from chlorophyte and glowing mushrooms. You needed to beat at Auto Hammer to craft the shroomite bars, and 20 soul flight, and you need 18 shroomite bars. And to get the Auto Hammer, you need to get truffle, and he sells that for something gold, I think. This flies this high, and then for the 2 ones, these are the 2 hardest wings to get. The spooky wings is our next one. For the spooky wings, you're going to need to survive the pumpkin moon, and you're going to need a hope to get a spooky twig. And this is dropped from I can't remember, but they're like big trees, and they come in the 4th or 3rd wave of the Halloween, pumpkin moon event, and they have a chance to drop this spooky twig, and you need to get 20 soul flight. And they fly in like wyverns, I guess, space. So, and now, the tattered fairy wings, which I absolutely hate these ones. They suck. They look horrible. As you can see, if you like them, then that's you. But I hate these wings. I think they look horrible on you, and the spooky wings are just way better. But this flies just the same height as them, and to craft these, you need black fairy dust, which you get in the pumpkin moon event, and you need 20 20 soul flight, which this you can, to get the Black Fairy Dust, you need to survive until wave 10, I believe. And you have to defeat the pumpkin, which has a chance to drop the Black Fairy Dust. So there you go, guys. That is all the wings in Terraria 1.23.3, I think. 1.3. And that's all the wings that are available in console 1.3. So, goodbye, guys. I hope you have a good night, because I'm recording this at night. Or if you're watching this in day, have a great day. Please leave a like and subscribe.